What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Film Fan Reviews. I'm Steve, and if this is your first time here, then...
Hello.
Alright, today's gonna start my little spooky season on my channel, and we're gonna start things off with the newest horror release that actually came out this morning on HBO Max and in theaters, and that is James Wan's new return to horror with Malignant. Now, I've been excited about Malignant for a really long time. I think it was supposed to come out last year, too. Obviously, with the pandemic, that did not happen, but we got it now, and does it hold up to the hype in my eyes that I had? Because I am a huge fan of Saw, Insidious, The Conjuring, pretty much anything James Wan does, even Aquaman. Big fan of that myself, too, with the Jason Momoa hair. Just kidding. His is better. But yeah, I've been a fan of James Wan for most of his career. I mean, a lot of people are kind of like iffy on Dead Silence, but that movie still scares the absolute shit out of me because I'm not a fan of dolls, especially ventriloquist dolls. Slappy from Goosebumps really messed me up as a kid, and I haven't gotten better since, so if you have a doll, please don't bring it around me because I might break it. And that's not a threat, it's a promise.
Piss off, Ghost!
So I did go watch it on HBO Max this morning, but I do plan on going to see it in the theater still because James Wan talked about how he wanted to make something original that the horror community kind of has been wanting because we've kind of just been getting sequels and reboots of older franchises, but everyone's kind of been wanting this new original stuff. I mean, we have stuff from Jordan Peele, and his stuff's been great, and a couple other things like The Night House that I reviewed a few weeks ago, and he wanted to keep that trend going and getting more original things out there, which he's done in the past with his Saw franchise that he started, and Conjuring, Insidious, all that stuff, and I think he did something really special here that I hope people latch onto and people go see it in the theater too to support that box office, because I plan to, because this movie is awesome. The cinematography is very dynamic. We get some overhead shots, we get some dolly shots that I love, and a lot of different things that James Wan is known for with his visuals, but the camera moves so much, and a lot of that tension that's built up in there is from the camera moving around and kind of like creeping in, kind of sometimes getting first-person shots, and I love all that kind of stuff. But another thing that contributed to the factor as well is the music that's in the movie, the sound design. You don't get a whole lot of jump scares, which I was happy with because I'm not a huge fan of them. When they work, and I like them, but when they're bad, I'm just not a fan. But the sound design in this was really, really solid. Some of the music kind of gets overused, and actually some of the songs kind of reminded me of the first Saw movie, which is good at times, but they kept using it over and over, which I kind of got tired of, but nothing that distracted me too bad, because the story is so good. I don't want to go too far into it, and there might not be a ton of visuals on this video either, because I don't want to spoil anything, because I want you to go into this as blind as I was. I did not watch the trailer before I watched it. I knew nothing about it. All I knew was it was James Wan, and that was good enough for me. Now, I talked about the original Saw a couple times already, but this movie actually reminded me of it a couple more times too, because this is not a traditional like horror slasher like some of the Conjuring, like haunted house stuff. This is a lot more cerebral and kind of like a psychological thriller in a way. You get
2 hours later.
I don't want to talk about it too much. I don't want to get into the plot, because if I did, I'd just ruin everything, I think. So, that being said, it's just kind of like a non-stop, and it kind of unfolds and kind of gives you more of what you're looking for. Like, you don't know what's going on until probably at least halfway into the movie, like, fully know what's going on. I like it when movies don't just give you everything, and they kind of spoon-feed you and kind of just let you figure it out on your own. Don't just give it to you all at once and kind of just... It's nice to be told a story rather than just been giving all the pieces and let you put it together, you know? I like it. It's new. It's different. That being said, it's not like TV, like dumbed down for like horror-wise. Like there's still a lot of violent stuff. It's very gory. There's some digital stuff in there, which I'm not a huge fan of, as you probably know if you watched anything in the past on here, but not a big fan of digital blood and kind of digital kills, but I think done in this movie and the context of what's going on, it actually is pretty cool. And I'd really love to hear your thoughts on it after you watch it. Yeah, I think on my 5-star rating scale, Malignant gets a 4 out of 5. I really liked it. I didn't absolutely love it. There are some things I didn't care for as much, but it's an original horror. James Wan all over this thing. If you're a fan of his, if you're a fan of the original Saw movie, I would recommend checking this out. I think it's a really solid addition to this new original horror movie landfill that we've been getting. I mean, I shouldn't say landfill. There's some actually pretty good stuff in there. There's some not so great things. Like I saw a movie earlier this year. I can't remember what it was, but that movie was definitely a bomb. But there's a lot of good stuff out there, and Malignant is something you should definitely check out. Check it out on HBO Max. But if you can, if you're vaccinated and it's safe, go see Malignant in the theater, because those visuals and the sound design deserve to be seen on the big screen and kind of in that community aspect, because in my opinion, horror is always better in a packed crowd. I mean, The Nun I was not a big fan of, but it was better to be seen in a packed theater because people were reacting to it, whether it was laughs or actual scares. But if you can see this movie, I would highly recommend checking it out in a theater. Alright, that's all I've got for you today, guys. So, I just started a new podcast called the Film Fan Podcast. Links in the description if you want to listen to it. Please subscribe to it. Tell me what you think about it. I'd love to chat with you. Like the video, it helps a ton. Comment your thoughts on the movie, the video, your favorite horror movie. I just love to chat with you about movies or anything. And subscribe to the channel if you like it. Follow me on my other social medias. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and stick around because spooky season has begun on this channel. So until Halloween, I guess, or maybe even a little bit further than that, we'll see. Spooky season on this channel, all horror movies. So stick around and check it out, guys. Thanks for watching.